All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Legal Library. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Dani.
And we just realized that we were starting this podcast without recording. So this is take two for us. Join us here as Dani's going to tell us another story about a dumb criminal.
I didn't write an intro for this one. I don't even know what to say. I will say sources used for this episode are the Mountain Echo, Shoshone News Press, the Timeless News, and of course the Bitch, Idaho Statesman.
Love you.
This is a story of Dale Shackelford.
Good old Dale.
On May 29th, 1999, just outside of Kendrick, Idaho, a fire is noticed by residents in the rural area of northern Idaho. So it's up between Moscow and Lewiston on that side, the west side of the state, but just a little east because Moscow and Lewiston are like right on the border. Mm-hmm. So it's in a little bit.
In the panhandle.
By the time the firefighters arrived, the 2-story building was a complete loss. The couple living in the home, Donna Fontaine and Fred Palahniuk, were staying there while they were in the process of building a new home close by. The building was owned by Shanna Avery, Donna's daughter, and Gary Fontaine, Donna's brother. And I want to just say this about the house. It was, underneath the house was like, and we've seen these houses where they have like a living quarters above, kind of like my cabin, like the garage is down below and living quarters were above. Sure. And it was just, I think it was fairly rustic out there. Ling, it was out there. A lot of country out there. So you're gonna hear me refer to neighbors, and I in this story, and I'm like, I don't think the neighbors could like see the house or anything.
Only when it was aflame, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Once the fire was out, the bodies of Donna, 42, and Fred, 59, were found. The couple both were identified by dental records. Detectives are trying to figure out how the fire started and why the victims were shot.
Oh. Another fire cover-up.
This one, though, I'm going to tell you, it was burnt to the ground.
Total loss.
Because they had soaked, and you've seen this before in some of these buildings, to protect them from weather, instead of staining them, they actually soak the wood in oil. You know what I'm talking about?
A lot of places like near the coast do that. I think. Okay.
And so it was, whoosh, there was nothing, and I don't think
accelerants there. It's
right, and I don't think it took much effort to start said fire because of that.
It probably means it was moving really fast too.
Fred worked as a railroad brakeman. Do you know what that?
A brakeman?
Yeah.
Brakeman?
Brakeman.
He puts on the brakes. What does he do?
He does do that.
Oh, okay.
But he's also, and he did this for many, many years. They do, in the old days, it was the most dangerous job, actually, on the railroad to be a brakeman.
Damn.
And they also put the cars together, make sure that they all get together. So
I would not want to do that.
No, trains are fucking scary. Mm-mm. No, they're not something we mess around with. But Fred also enjoyed working outdoors, especially landscaping, raising wild turkeys, and managing the forested acres around his home, which we all like. Yeah. We have a cat. You don't just manage your home. You have to go around it. So
grounds, yeah.
Fred has 2 daughters, Sean Grant and Heidi Winden, and 2 sons, Charles and Matthew. Donna was from Middlebrook, Missouri. She worked as an attorney. So she was an attorney. She didn't work as an attorney. She was an attorney. Her daughter, this always makes me sad, and when I'm going through these stories, her daughter Shanna was on a student trip in Africa, and her son James was on a Navy ship at sea when she died.
That's awful.
They don't even know.
No. And then if you are able to be reached, you're 1,000 miles away.
Right. And so then can you imagine hearing that your mother passed away and you're on another continent?
No.
It's horrible if your mother passes away or any close family member, but then to be so far away when you just want probably hugs.
And to be near your family
Yep.
and be home.
Donna died as a result of a gunshot wound to the back of her neck. She was also shot in the chest with a shotgun.
Good God.
Fred died from a gunshot wound that entered the lower left side of his torso and traveled through his lung. Both died before the fire was set.
I feel like there's a bit of relief in that because I know that most people would hate to burn to death.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
But somebody's hiding something.
And amazing with how bad this fire was, they were still able to ascertain the locations of the gunshot wounds and everything because
Sometimes
it doesn't hide everything.
Nope.
You can't get it to burn long enough or hot enough to completely incinerate a body for the most part.
Yep. Detectives are trying to figure out who would have wanted to hurt the couple. They interviewed the couple's friends and family, including Donna's ex-husband, Dale Shackelford, in Missouri. So I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I do not know how this works, but there was a large population traveling from Missouri to Idaho. Like all these people lived in Missouri and had property in Kendrick. I looked it up. It's 1,900 fucking miles, 29 hours straight drive through.
Okay.
I complain that my cabin is 3 hours away. I can't imagine. I got a cabin that's 29 hours away.
No.
No.
Unless you have your own plane.
Right.
Maybe.
No, these guys are just
No.
driving back and forth.
Passed.
They don't have cabins in Missouri or what the fuck? I don't know. I do not.
Well, in that part of Idaho, I mean, it's okay. Is it not?
Well, it's pretty. It's pretty. Yeah, it's nice up there, and it's probably you could probably get a big chunk of land for less expensive than maybe, but it's beautiful up there. It's like we're talking where the Pratt brothers were running and
Right.
get some snow up there.
And even as Idahoans, though, like we don't typically go up to Lewiston area. We went for like big birthdays and funerals.
Yep.
That's it. It's not like a frequenting place for
Because I think
vacay.
it's an 8-hour drive.
It's very long, and I don't like
We're a big
the drive.
state. We are a
Yeah.
big state.
Bigger
So,
than most people imagine. Yeah.
so, this happened in May. Their investigators are trying to figure out what the heck's going on. But on February 2nd, 2000, so almost a whole year later, Dale Shackelford and Bernadette Lasater arranged a press conference at a Kendrick restaurant.
Who's Bernadette?
Mm-hmm. This.
It's a kind of a bitchy name anyway.
Well,
Sorry, Bernadette's. It doesn't have to be a mean bitchy.
Bernie's cute. I think that's what she went by.
Okay, Bernie.
But in this story, I'm just going to call her Lasater.
Lasater.
In the press conference, Lasater said, "Hey, you want to know what happened to Donna? Let me tell you." She said she gave a Missouri man drugs and had sex with him in return for his promise to quote, dispose of Donna. She did not identify who the man was. Lasater was romantically interested in Shackelford and is in the process of divorcing her current husband, Richard. She claimed Donna had threatened to represent Richard in their divorce and child custody trial because Donna was angry over Lasater's romantic interest in Shackelford.
Okay, this is wild. A wild tale.
Hang the fuck on. I'm not kidding. Earlier in the day, an anonymous tape was sent to the Lewiston Morning Tribune. In it, Lasater stated, quote, Donna promised that Richard would get the kids and I would never be able to get them because of my possible connection with Dale. And I want you to remember that statement. She also said Donna had threatened her children. Lasater said she traded a bag of cocaine and a night of sex with a man with the understanding he would get Donna, quote, out of my life. She said she spent the night with a man either May 27th or May 28th. And remember, Donna and Fred were murdered on the 29th.
So she's saying that she herself did this?
Yeah. She's saying, I had Donna killed.
For a bag of coke and some sex.
Done.
Why are we having a press conference about this? What? You're on too much cocaine right now, ma'am. Bernadette, put the cocaine down.
But you remember who's with her.
Or the Richard, right? Or no, Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, this is a great idea. Let's go on TV and say that we hired someone to kill her.
They obviously had not contacted any attorneys.
I don't know if do you really even need an attorney to tell you not to do that? I feel like we're way past common sense at this point. I did kill someone for a bag of coke and some sex. No one's asking about it yet. I'm kind of bored, so you know what? Call the press in.
Let's have a meeting
Call
about
the
it.
press in, please.
Bring the cameras. I told you. I've been like, I can't wait to tell you this story all week. So Lasater said she later learned of Donna's death from a friend that told her something happened in Idaho. When a reporter asked if she knew Donna would be killed as the result of the deal, she responded, almost definitely. That's why I disappeared, unquote.
And now I'm back because I just want to tell my story.
Let me tell you my story.
Man, and was TMZ around this time? We're talking 2000. Yeah. Get TMZ on the phone.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I know. It's just stay with me. Just stay with me.
I'm here.
She left her kids, so Lasater left her kids with a coworker and didn't tell the coworker or Shackelford where she was going. Lasater's children, a 12-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son, are in the custody of the Missouri Department of Family Services. Lasater was reported missing on January 18th of 2000. So she's been gone
Month or so?
a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Authorities in Missouri have been looking for her. She was tracked, but she was tracked down by Shackelford after he found an application in an office wastebasket for a Utah trucking company that Lasater was trying to work at under an assumed name. Stay with me here. Lasater was an employee at Shackelford Trucking Enterprises, which was owned by Dale Shackelford.
This just keeps...
There's lots of people.
Tangled.
Lots of people. So Shackelford tracked her down in Salt Lake City and convinced Lasater to come to Idaho so she could be protected from anyone who may want to harm her.
Okay.
Quote, she said, "It has been a nightmare, and this has just made this nightmare a reality."
What, your own actions?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay.
On February 15th, 6 people are indicted for the murder of Donna and Fred. Dale Shackelford is among them. 5 people are held in Idaho and 1 in Missouri, 1,900 miles away.
International.
Shackelford is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count each of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and 1 count of first-degree arson and preparing false evidence.
Yikes.
I'm going to introduce you to some more characters. Sonia Abbots and her mother, Mary Abbots, are both charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree arson, and principal to preparing false evidence. Sonia is Shackelford's fiancée.
Let's get deeper.
Mm-hmm. Sonia's father, John Abbots, is also charged with perjury.
family affair.
Lasater and another woman from Missouri, Martha Miller, are charged with preparing false evidence. The death penalty is on the line for Shackelford.
What a wild web of fuckery.
Yeah. You're going to be angry here.
Okay.
Prosecutors have a motive for the murders. Donna was the only witness against Shackelford on a rape charge she lodged in Missouri for an incident that occurred shortly before their divorce in 1998. On August 25th, 1998, Dale Shackelford was arrested by the Iron County Sheriff's Department in Missouri and charged with forcible rape, forcible sodomy, assault in the second degree, and felonious restraint.
Not good. Against his own wife?
The assault happened in July of 1997, but Donna didn't bring the charges until the summer of 1998. On April 29th, 1999, in a preliminary hearing, the Associate Circuit Court found reasonable cause to bind the defendant over to the Circuit Court of Iron County to be arraigned. So they're like, yeah, there's enough evidence.
Ooh.
We're going. Shackelford is facing 30 years to life in prison as a persistent sex offender. Donna was killed just 30 days after she testified against him in the preliminary hearing.
That is awful. And you know what? Marital rape is really hard to prove.
Yeah.
A lot of states are like, rape can't happen if you're married. So
And I wonder if that was kind of her motive on waiting. I think it might have taken her a lot of courage because it was 1998 and she's an attorney. She's seen it.
And if you're in an abusive relationship, you know that any type of accountability, even if it's just bringing a subject up to someone, can make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've all had friends that are like, yeah, don't say anything, even when you know their partner is a piece of shit and you know that it's going to make it worse for them at home. So you don't want them to get hurt worse. And gosh, that's terrible to your wife. How disgusting.
And I think that is why she waited. It takes a lot of courage to do that, especially 25 years ago. Because it's very hard to prove. And she is a very smart woman. She is an attorney. She didn't work as an attorney. She was an attorney. And my apologies for that. Like, she worked as an attorney. No, she is an attorney.
And so to be so familiar with the ins and outs of the legal system, to wait, she did it for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And part of that could have just been processing it. Yeah. Really.
And still having to go about your day-to-day life, and they have kids, and
not together.
Not together. Okay.
Mm-mm. But still, they have to function, and after
something, to keep living.
Yeah, and just in June, Lasater agrees to testify against Shackelford in return for a reduced charge. She pled guilty to being an accessory to first-degree murder and perjury. She will not be sentenced to more than 10 years in the plea agreement. Not a lot of time.
Well, and how upsetting that this gross man has basically 3 women in a short span. His wife, his new fiancée, and then Lasater.
He's gross.
Disgusting.
Hang on. She not only will testify against Shackelford, but also testify against the other 4 co-defendants.
She took the deal first. A lot of these times it's just a who's going to fold first, because that takes the opportunity away from everyone else. So I could see why she got the 10-year.
She's like, yep, I'll take that. Thank you. Lasater said she knew Shackelford had killed Donna, but withheld that information from the authorities. The original charges against her stem from her making that staged tape recording between her and Shackelford where she would confess to hiring someone to kill Donna.
Was she forced to do this?
Listen,
sorry, if I'm jumping ahead, I'm sorry, but I just cannot. The common sense is not common sensing. I'm like, what are we doing here, ma'am? a press conference.
She doesn't know what she's doing. Lasater was also charged for the tape she sent to the newspaper stating she traded sex and drugs to a man named Bobby in exchange for the murder of Donna. Lasater's attorney, Mark Moore, said she had lied to protect Shackelford because of their romantic relationship.
L.
She later discovered that she was just a pawn.
I'm trying not to be too mean here, but duh, like, I don't know what else to say. He has a fiance. She's an employee of his. Like, you're the other woman, essentially.
The other woman. I'm not just ill. I'm gonna have you at some point in this podcast. I don't know.
I'm trying to hold it together.
I want you to see what this.
What he looks like. I was curious.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, do we have a Brad Pitt on our hands? Who is this? Oh my God.
hold please.
I want that hold music in here. That like dun 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 dun. I'm gonna insert it. Get the fuck out of here. I can't even look at that. Talk about a punchable face. Just a fucking pudge face. Oh, I don't even have the words.
You know, it's kind of giving Daybell-esque with less hair.
Yeah, and is this like,
And fat
is this
Daybell-esque.
like a recent picture?
No, this is when all of it was going on.
Oh, because I'm like, well, maybe he's balding now.
No,
These men with these fucking hairlines, gross. Gross. You guys, so what? He's completely bald on top. And she just showed me a picture of him with no beard, naked face, which for most men, a naked face is not flattering. But the longest hair, longer than mine, like past his man titties long. What the fuck? Just in case we put this on plate. Are you saying this? What?
Good.
And this guy had like 4 ladies after him in one way or another.
Had all the bitches.
Oh, that pudge-faced motherfucker. Oh,
Do you hate him even more?
I do. I do.
Okay, thank you.
And I also, it does make me, listen, I'm not victim blaming here, but you know, some men can be very charming and attractive, and then you find out, but it's like, the red flag was the face, honey. It was right there looking at you. We're all lusting after this, like, literal bowl of pudding of a man. Oh, I gotta take a drink. My God, that was assault on my eyes.
It was so bad, huh? Do you see why I was so excited to tell you the story? And I'm like, when do I say to her, let's look?
You're waiting for me to ask the question.
So in July, charges against 2 of the defendants are dropped. John Abbott's and Martha Miller were accused of being part of the group plan to kill Donna. John Abbott's was charged for committing perjury to the grand jury for his knowledge of the murders, and Miller was charged for helping make the tape sent to the newspaper. Lasater's cooperation with the authorities cleared the 2.
Okay.
That is the only little bit of kudos I'm going to give that bitch. I'm just telling you right now.
They were just drug in, or
Well,
they were just less of a part of
because
it and-
John was the fiance's dad, and he might have figured it out in his brain because he could be a smart man. But so if you know of the crime and you don't tattle,
yeah.
then
Not if someone's gonna die.
well, I don't think he knew beforehand. He might have found out afterwards, and that's what they were
And
trying
he's
to
like,
charge him
I
with.
can put 2 and 2 together. And
Yeah.
what you guys do.
But Lasater said no, they were not a part of this. So
All right.
prosecutors asked the judge John Stegner. I feel like he's been in another
That sounds like a familiar name.
to North Idaho has been popping.
They are booked and busy because there's 3 attorneys there.
Judge John Stegner was asked to invoke Idaho's equivalent of the 3 strikes you're out law against Shackelford. Why, you say? It's coming. It's coming. This will clear the way for prosecutors to seek a life prison term for Shackelford, even if they're unable to convict him of first-degree murder.
Okay.
They just have to secure 1 conviction out of all those charges.
I like it in this case.
Yep.
I'm rooting for him.
Yep. Shackelford's first prison sentence was in 1985. He was serving 15 years in prison on a sodomy conviction when he met Donna. She was teaching a paralegal junior college class for inmates at the Missouri prison.
No.
He served 10 years before he was released in 1995.
So she met him in jail?
Spiritual advisors. I'm not saying that that was the case, but
it just goes to show, I mean, if we want to think of prison as rehabilitative, it isn't. It just teaches some people, for the most part, how to be more manipulative, and how to fine-tune their skills.
Their trickery.
Yes.
They're fucking lying.
Because they have nothing but time to try out their different ways of being narcissistic.
It's like, I just nailed me an attorney.
Yeah.
And I'm in prison for sodomy.
They have nothing.
I am the magic man, motherfucker.
This is just
He's a sick bitch.
so disappointing.
The pair married in 1996, a year after he was paroled.
Okay, I'm so pissed off about this.
And little tidbit here. So I was like, how Missouri, Idaho, how is this happening? After they were married in 1997, the couple came out to visit Donna's brother in Kendrick, Idaho, and decided to buy property together.
Okay.
And after the divorce, Donna had got that property, but Dale bought a separate home in Kendrick. And that's where
What a
he met.
nightmare. This is all a nightmare.
And that's where he met his like third fiancée, Sonia.
At this point, I'd be moving to Mexico. I'm not dealing with that shit. You're coming cross country to still harass me and be...
Shackelford is claiming that Sonia Abbott's teenage brother, Brian, is the killer.
Of course. Of course.
Let me find somebody that I can just blame everything. Oh, that guy. All right.
Dani, this is out of sucking control.
All righty. So in October, the trial begins. Lead prosecutor Robin Ekman told jurors in the opening statements they were in for a tale of violence, manipulation, lies, sex, and conspiracy.
She couldn't say fuckery, but that's exactly.
She said it's very complicated.
I'm glad that she was preparing them, though, just as you have with me, because this is
Like,
why.
I wanted that to be the opening line of the podcast. Like, let me
She
just
said
tell
it.
you all the shit. And it's very messy. She said Shackelford shot and killed his ex-wife Donna and her boyfriend Fred, and then set fire to the 2-story building where they were staying. Motive? He needed to kill Donna because she was a witness in the rape trial scheduled to start in June of 1999.
And do we know, did you say it was 30 years on the line that he could have gotten for
30
that?
to life.
Wow.
Because he's a bad man and he's already been convicted of
other disgusting acts.
Donna claimed Shackelford raped and restrained her. Prosecutors state Sonia, fiancée Sonia, and her mother Mary were pissed about the rape charges pending against Shackelford because it was interrupting the wedding plans of Sonia and Shackelford.
As a woman, sorry, Sonia, you're fucking garbage. I'm going to say it. You're weird. For that man? I mean, for any man. But gross. Very inconvenient that he's having to deal with raping someone violently. We're trying to plan a wedding. That's not even bridezilla. That's like scum of the earth.
So Mama Mary took on the role of private detective. She monitored Donna's movements and reported to Dale. John and Mary Abbott's are neighbors to the property where Donna and Fred were found.
How evil.
Like, I'm gonna there's a lot of wilderness up there. I've been like, I am not gonna buy a piece. I'm not staying. Well, it was her daughter's property and her brother's property, but I'd be like, I'm not staying there where my ex-husband's new fiance's family can watch
Right
me.
next to me.
The fuckery. On the day they were murdered, Donna and Fred had to walk into the remote property because their truck got stuck. Standard, right?
Yeah, lots of snow.
While they were walking in, Shackelford went through the truck looking for the pistol he knew Donna carried.
Her own gun. That's very smart, but that is so shitty.
And then he walked towards the building and caught the couple. He shot Donna with a shotgun as she was going up the exterior stairs. Because remember how that was built.
On the bottom.
He also shot Donna and Fred with a .32 caliber pistol.
This is just so heinous.
The prosecutors presented a taped interview where police were questioning Shackelford. We're going to get a lot of fucking quotes here, ladies and gentlemen. When they asked if Shackelford wanted Donna dead, he stated, quote, "No, I wanted to see her in prison. I wanted her to be wearing an orange jumpsuit playing volleyball with Bertha."
Okay, what a fucking strange thing to say. Anyway.
He claimed he did not want Donna killed. Quote, "Not physically dead, no. I mean, dead in career, yeah. Dead in the water, yeah. Dead, dead, dead? No."
I just wanted her to cease existing.
Shackelford said Donna was spending a large amount of time trying to ruin his life. Quote, "I mean, I was out. I was out to do everything I could to destroy her. I wanted to kill her in every way except for this."
Oh, sure. Likely story.
And please don't ever tell Sonia this, fiancée Sonia, but I am still not in love with Donna, but I still love that woman. You're fucking fat.
Gross obsession.
He wants to love all the women love him.
And he's upset that she didn't love him anymore because he violently raped her. Like, I thought you were going to be over this by now.
We're not still friends? We can still be friends?
Gross.
A friend of Shackelford, James Baker, testified that Shackelford had driven up to his house on May 28th, 1999 after dark. And remember, the murder happened on the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have the lights on his vehicle on.
Not suspicious at all.
He was creeping. When James asked about it, Shackelford said he didn't want anyone to know he was in town. When James asked about how Donna was doing, he replied, "Donna is no more." Quote. Yeah. This is the day before, though, so I don't know.
What a weird thing to say regardless.
Be like, oh, well, we knew
Who
you
talks like that?
You know, it's very weird when couples break up and you have friends that are like couple friends, but you still want to ask and still be respectful.
Right.
And if you don't say that. You'd be like, if you don't want to talk about it, you're like, I don't know how she's doing or whatever. Just like, I don't want to talk about it.
Her life. Anyway, can I just tell you that Rick and I encountered this yesterday at lunch?
No shit.
You know how our house has tables very close together. We didn't have a booth because, of course, they were packed. It's Valentine's weekend. But there was a trio of people, a girl and a guy who were together, and then a single guy. And We could hear their whole conversation. And they asked about like a breakup with the guy. He talked for almost our entire lunchtime. I mean, we were at least 40 minutes. They could barely get a word in. And you could tell, because I kept glancing at them, they immediately regretted asking the question because they were just like, oh gosh,
Here we
here we
go.
go, here we go. So anyway, I know off topic, but it was I love a little eavesdrop.
I do too. You getting the juice.
Boom.
Shackelford then asked Baker for an alibi. Quote, Baker said, quote, he came in and wanted me to say that he had lunch with Katie, my wife, and myself. He said if I gave him this alibi, he'd owed me big time.
Put your money where your mouth is. How much we talking here?
No, just favor me, bro.
Quick favor. You mind doing me a solid and saying I had lunch here?
Lie to the police.
Even if you were to ask me that, Danny, I'd be like, girl, what the fuck? You got to tell me what's going on. I'm not agreeing to it.
Not lying to the popo for you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you so much.
No.
This seems
Don't
like
drag
you're
me
in
into your shit.
Yeah.
You want to go do some fuckery? Don't ask me. I'm not participating.
Don't bring me into your bullshit.
But James said he wanted no part of it.
Absolutely not.
Then Shackelford asked him, if I had 2 bodies to get rid of,
Oh my God.
how would I do it?
Little late in the game, bro. Little late in the game. I know they didn't have Google.
Well, this was the day before.
I know they didn't have Google, but they did plot this. Go to a library. I mean,
You can look at books without nobody knowing what you're looking at. You don't have to check them out, bro.
You don't even have to look them up in their Dewey Decimal System computer. Find out how the Dewey Decimal System works, and you find it yourself.
Yeah. You pull open the cabinet.
Yeah.
Boom. The little cards.
I cannot imagine having. So, Danny, if I needed to get rid of 2 bodies, like, how does one even do that? You'd be like,
My immediate response would
get out
be
of my
like,
fucking house.
yeah. I don't know you anymore. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but you did just not say that to me, and bye.
Yeah. I have no idea who you are. What a loser.
Martha Miller testifies after taking a plea deal. A lot of people are gonna plea.
They have no choice at this point. I cannot believe that so many people were willing to be a part of this whole shit show.
In exchange for her testimony, she will plead guilty to being an accessory to preparing false evidence and serve 18 months, with 5 months already served.
Not a bad deal.
While on the stand, she said, quote, it is not my nature to hurt anybody or anything.
Please.
So Miller was the woman that Lasater left her children with
Okay.
when she disappeared. So just to kind of go back to that. Miller admitted to buying a gun and following Donna around in the small town in Missouri and in Idaho at her Kendrick property.
How are you guys traveling to Idaho for someone else? Because listen, I mean,
I love me a vacay.
allegedly, I may have helped with a little not harmful revenge on some people. You know, help your homegirl out, allegedly. I am not traveling to fucking Missouri. You want me to take time off for this? You want me to use my
1,900
vacation?
miles?
You want me to use my vacation for this?
Nah.
No, we can do a silly little harmless prank. Sure. I'm not using my vacation days for this, man. No, absolutely not.
I would love to know this alleged story later. Thank you.
It's a hypothetical story, of course.
Yeah, people can write fiction.
Yeah,
It's great.
I have a very vivid imagination.
Miller claims she did this because of her love of Shackelford.
That blob.
Quote, Mr. Shackelford is a very persuasive man. He persuaded me that I could do it. He persuaded me that it was the thing to do for our relationship.
Good girl, you're such a smart girl.
Ladies, I know that there's a lot of movement and change in this way, but it's just like, have a little bit more respect and confidence in yourself. This shit is wild.
Miller said Shackelford often spoke about doing away with his ex-wife. The two had met at a truck stop in 1998 while Shackelford was engaged to Sonia Abbots. Their
This is unbelievable.
Their sexual relationship began the night they met, and eventually they moved in together. So he
And he has a fiance.
in the Idaho, Missouri's a whole nother thing.
I want to punch my microphone badly.
Miller said, quote, "He has asked me to figure out a way or to do some very bad things. He said I would be his forever if I did away with Donna Fontaine."
I'm gonna fucking vomit.
Miller said she attempted to kill Donna twice, once in Idaho at Donna's house and another time in Missouri. Poor Donna didn't even know her life was like, it's coming.
All of these weird ass groupies are watching her, trying to kill her, plotting.
And this motherfucker is not no rock star, okay? Jesus Christ. He far from. There's no.
I just am. The flabbers be gasted. We'll say that.
Helen Hayes, another former lover, testified in the trial.
Dani, I don't know if I can sit through this.
She said Shackelford called her after his arrest and blamed the murder again on Brian Abbots, the little brother.
A little teenager.
He also gave her an alibi. He was sleeping with Karen Abbots, Sonia's sister, in a semi-truck when Donna and Fred were murdered.
This fucking slutty ass bitch. Floozy.
Hayes worked at the trucking company as well. He was fucking all of his employees.
I want to die thinking of that. I'm sorry. I'm dissociating at this point.
Hayes testified that Shackelford had offered her $5,000 to get rid of Donna.
That's it's better than 1,000, like we saw with.
Better for nothing, because
He told
Lasater.
me I'd be really good at it, and then I could be like so good.
Let's have a news
I'm
conference
so
about it.
successful.
But Karen Abbots, she's just like, she testified and said, "This just never happened." She's like, "You're off your fucking rocker." And there was a lot she said about it, but she's like, "That's an absolute lie." He asked Karen Abbots to lie about them having sex. And he said it in a way that was like, "Do you want your mom and sister to go to jail? You better lie." This is how manipulative he is. He's like, "You need to tell everybody that we were fucking in my truck so that your mom and sister don't go to jail."
How humiliating. That puddle of gloop.
Yeah. Isn't that so sad? And honestly, as a sister,
Yeah, I can see where
I'd be like,
he's very
"Oh."
manipulative. Like,
I'd be, "Oh shit. I just have to tell this one little lie and then maybe my sister and mom won't go to jail." Because really, it's not that big of a deal. But still. No, but she got up there and was like, "No."
ew, ick, no.
Yeah.
Good for you. At least someone has a head on their shoulders here and wasn't under this intoxication of this absolute blob of man. I'm so disgusted.
Okay.
I
Let's
don't
say
know how much more I can take.
So this cunt Lasater, I'm going to tell you, I fucking hate her. And you're going to know why in a little bit. But she's up there doing her duty. She's doing her testifying for her plea deal.
Okay.
So she was next to testify. Lasater said she helped plant a bomb in a laundromat where Donna was washing her clothes.
to a laundromat.
She and Shackelford built the bomb and then placed it in a backpack. I shouldn't be laughing. It's just so stupid. I'm sorry. She went into the laundromat and set the backpack down next to a washing machine close to Donna. She went outside and using a remote control from a toy truck, she tried to set off the bomb. It failed.
You got it. Well, then you better hit the batteries.
Lasater then reached out to Shackelford via walkie-talkie to tell him it didn't work. It was 99, in all fairness.
Rubber ducky, failure. The eagle has landed, but has not flown. I repeat, the eagle has not flown.
These people were out of their minds on cocaine. That's the only thing that I can say. They're like, we can build a bomb.
Let's build a bomb.
All of these crazy schemes. They think they're in a fucking Bond movie.
Then she went back into the laundromat and checked the wires on my bomb.
Pardon me, just gonna.
Excuse
I have
me.
my bag with my bomb here, but I just need to get it. Does this look right to you?
Lasater wiggled the wires and made sure everything was connected and tried again. Newsflash, still didn't work.
Can I just say, again, like how we've talked about many times, like, as a criminal, you should have some red flags for yourself as well. Like, we really fucking suck at this. We have failed at every... There's been several people try to murder this gal. There's people all over helping them. With a team this big, if you're still failing daily, just give it up. This is not your forte. I'm fucking losing my shit. Danny's crying.
Because there's just so much. You're just... She's angry now.
Ridiculous.
Just hold my beer. Hang on. Lasater claimed while in a meeting at the trucking company with Shackelford, Mary Abbott, why was she in Missouri, and another employee that, quote, they would never have peace or a future while Donna was alive. You manipulative fuck.
You're that into this woman's just living her life. She's moved on, and all of these people are so obsessed. Like,
Donna was happy.
get a life.
She found a guy that wasn't a fucking rapist.
She's got her little property.
Yeah.
They're working on the property, and there's literal families just obsessed with that she has to die.
You
A
fucked up my
woman that
wedding
was-
plans because you're filing.
Why'd you get violently raped? Oh my God. I just want to literally slap each one of these people right on their fat fucking mouths.
Mama Mary questioned whether Donna really needed to be killed. She's like,
Law, what a level head. Guys, murder does seem a bit over the top. I mean, maybe we could just like flatten her tires or, frame her for something, plant some drugs on her, make her lose her career. Like,
maybe we could find some property in Montana and move there so we don't have to be neighbors with her.
yes, gosh, get a life, you freaks.
Lasater said Shackelford asked her to kill Sonia Abbott's because she knew too much. So now kill my
all the
fiance.
mistresses are against
Oh,
each other. We're
Jesus.
just gonna.
Lasater was also engaged to Shackelford.
I'm dead inside.
He told her that if she killed Sonia, that would show that I love him and only him.
These women, I'm so sorry, but they are being like a golden retriever, fucking weirdo.
Oh, if someone could tell me that I'm a good girl, I might murder someone.
Get a grip. Get a grip. With how many men are available, I'm so sorry.
Plenty of
He's
fish,
not the
bitches.
prize. He's not the prize.
But he'll tell me that I'm very good and smart girl.
Oh my gosh, I want to like.
I know
I
you want to
I
vomit.
want to headbutt the table at this point. I'm losing it.
On Wednesday, December 20th, the jury begins deliberations. This trial has had over 250 exhibits, 60 witnesses, and took over 54 days.
Big trial.
Okay. After 2 days of deliberation, the jury came back finding Shackelford guilty on 6 counts.
Thank you, jury. Because I know that's a lot to go over because you're always going to have a contrarian that's like,
But what about this one piece of fiber?
And there's
that
so many
wasn't-"
people though.
Yeah.
I would need strings. Like,
yes,
give me the red strings. How is this connected?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 counts: first-degree murder for Donna, first-degree murder for Fred, first-degree arson, conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to commit arson, and preparing false evidence.
Thank you, jury, for having your listening ears on because, like you said, it's very complex.
Let's have a press
I'm
conference.
surprised it only took 2 days because
It's a lot of charges.
and someone's going to want to go over every exhibit
And there's
as
a
well.
I mean, 2 days is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like 4 hours without all
To them.
Yeah. After the verdict, Shackelford stated, quote, we're going to get a lot of talking from this fucker.
I can imagine. It seems like
But they're kind of gems.
That's his weapon. That's his.
My mouth is my weapon. And my bitches are my weapons too. So Shackelford stated, quote, I don't want to die, but if we have a death penalty and I'm convicted, then that's what I've got to do.
Sayonara, sir.
He also told reporters he would attempt to prevent any appeals and wanted to skip pre-sentencing. He said he would ask Judge Stegner to, quote, give me the death penalty if he's man enough to do it. Let's get it done.
What a fucking weirdo. Big dog on the block
You're
here.
a fucking idiot. We have moved into 2001.
Okay, Y2K.
On January 10th, 2001, Mary Abbots enters into a plea agreement.
Okay.
She agreed to an Alford plea a la
Staircase.
thank you, to perjury and accessory to the felony crime of murder. With her voice breaking, Mary stated, quote, I was told that if this went to trial, even if I was found not guilty, the prosecutor was probably going to file more charges against me anyway. This could go on for years. This is not fair to my family, unquote.
Oh,
You're going to see these prosecutors push these women into doing. And they have, I don't know the extent of her involvement, Mama Mary, in all of this. I think that she knew, but those prosecutors were like, we're going to fuck you up.
Nail you to the
Yeah.
wall.
Yep. And you're going to see what they do to Sonia here in a second. But Mama Mary was looking at a possible life sentence.
You're dead to rights, essentially. I mean,
Yeah. They have
fuck around, find out. You
with an Idaho jury, fuck around and find out.
there are so many other activities y'all could have been doing, but you're obsessing over poor Donna living in remote northern Idaho for this absolute puddle of a man. Get your shit together.
With her plea, she will only have to serve up to 10 years, only 10 years. Anyways, better than life. Up to 10 years in prison. So that's the maximum sentence she can get.
She probably erred on the side of caution with that one, and I can respect that.
The next day, well, because they just said, like,
We're gonna
go
fuck
ahead.
you up.
Even if you win, we got more charges that we haven't laid out
We're
against
ready.
you.
We're ready to go.
So, and that's a very scary thing. Like, even if the prosecutor said, even if you win against these charges, we're going to find some
We're
more.
gonna bury you.
And we got some more. So, isn't that scary?
That's very scary.
The next day, prosecutors added 3 more charges for Sonia, fiancée Sonia.
They're making it rain charges. They're like,
Oh, fuck. They're trying to pressure. This is what I think. They're trying to pressure these women because there was a lot of talk about the cost of these trials. They're trying to pressure these women into pleading out.
So they don't have to do a whole trial.
Yep. Because these are small counties.
They do not have the resources to
Right.
be pursuing. There's so many people
Right.
to pursue.
Sonia was originally charged with first-degree conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to commit arson, and being a principal to preparing false evidence. The new charges are accessory to murder and 2 counts of perjury. And if this goes to trial, her mother, Mama Mary, may have to testify against her with her plea agreement that she made.
Yeah.
So as soon as Mama said, I'm going to take the plea agreement, they're like, all right, we got her. And now, guess what?
And now we got all her info.
Fiancée Sonia, we are going to fucking nail you. We just found some more charges.
That's what you get for doing all of this, because someone who was violently raped was putting a damper on your wedding planning. I'm so sorry. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
On January 25th, 2001, Miller is officially sentenced to 18 months in prison. Remember, she testified, she had the kids, she worked. Yeah. Okay. With 5 months already served, she could be eligible for parole in just 6 months.
Not a bad rap for her.
Just let this shit go. You met the wrong dude.
And
You fell
went
for the
to
wrong
Idaho to spy on people. You fucking
Go back to
weirdo.
Missouri.
Go back to misery, because you're a loser if this is how you're occupying your time.
In February, Magistrate William C. Hamlet ruled that the 2 charges of perjury should be dropped against Sonia. Because I think, and the prosecutors were just bullying her. Like, oh, we're going to charge you with this, trying to get her
To plea.
to plea. And the judge was
And
like,
they're
no,
using it as a bargaining tip of, we could take this off.
even though they weren't really valid. Yeah, but they were trying to scare her. In the ruling, he said the accessory charge was broad enough to cover any lies Sonia may have told on the stand.
Okay.
Later in the month, prosecutors asked the court to also drop the charge of preparing false evidence against Sonia. Like, all right, that one's not going to fly. Shackelford's sentencing has been delayed. One of his attorneys has been ill, but he also refuses to assist in the pre-sentencing investigation. In May, Shackelford claims he designed an anthrax bomb in a vacant lot in Spokane, Washington.
Bitch, we know you suck at this already, so...
Yeah, the bombing ain't...
And I love this was 01, right? Or 02, somewhere in there.
That was all anthrax.
Oh, anthrax central. Everything's anthrax. People were sending baby powder to people they didn't like so that they'd think they got anthraxed. Really picking up on that.
He said he will tell authorities where it is if they drop the charges against Mary and Sonia. Mama
What a
Mary and
retention
Fiancée Sonia.
whore.
I will tell you my super secret anthrax bomb. Don't you guys want to know?
Shut up, you attention whore.
Latah County Sheriff Jeff Crouch said Shackelford is lost in a figment of his imagination. But to err on the side of caution, he did contact the FBI in that area.
Good. You have to. You don't want to be the one that's like, yeah, right. And then there actually is a valid threat. So good on him.
In a 5-page handwritten document, Shackelford detailed the bomb plot he calls spoil sport.
This guy thinks way too highly of himself. You just know it.
He claims 4 people created the bombs.
I certainly hope you had help, sir.
They included himself, 2 white supremacist leaders,
And the president.
and a federal fugitive.
I mean, we are in North Idaho, so a little bit plausible. Sure.
Each person had a bomb, and they were created just in case they were ever arrested or killed.
Yeah, because with all of the failed attempts and fuckery in this whole case, you sound like the person who has enough mental capacity to create a bomb in the event that you are arrested. Sure, Mr. Shacky. Yeah, you're very smart.
His note said, quote, spoil sport will kill tens of thousands of people unless someone with the proper knowledge stops it. So kill me if you will.
You couldn't get a small bomb to work from a backpack in a laundromat, sir.
But he claimed he built the bombs using the electronic training he received at an earlier prison stay.
Sure, bro.
So this one time I went to prison and they showed me how to make a bomb.
Yeah.
That one time.
But I hired at electrical prison camp where we were learning about stuff. We made a clock with a potato. Did you know that? Oh my God. Please spare me.
But I learned from earlier lessons that we're not using remote controlled toys to detonate. I went to Radio Shack and bought something a little better.
I hate this guy so much.
I know, that's like, couldn't wait to find this stuff literally hitting my head. I'm like, he said that. Like,
Absolute dweeb.
back to Fiancée Sonia. In another plea agreement, she pleads guilty to perjury. Because they were pushing her. They're like, oh, we're going to add this and add that and add that. Prosecutors agreed to recommend up to 10 years in prison out of the maximum 14 in exchange for her testimony against Shackelford at his sentencing hearing.
Give it up, girl. What are you to gain by not turning and giving your
Your
testimony?
mom's going to fucking jail.
Your beloved glob of fucking pudding is in jail.
Your mom is going to jail over this fucking puddle grossness. Your mother, who
Clean
probably
out.
traveled.
Tell them everything. Tell them everything, sis.
But Sonia's attorneys don't think the judge will give her more than 8 months.
Whatever. I don't even care at this point. I'm just like, make better choices. Please learn from this, you absolute dimwit.
The woman hating you're doing today is great. I love you.
Because there's only so far you can go. Like, I hate to victim blame, and clearly this is like a very persuasive person, but to see these people just falling over backwards and doing the most for someone else's failed relationship because he was charged with a violent rape, like, let's take stock of what we're doing here. Like, at what point are you not being a fucking idiot? You're being a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry. Stop doing that.
I love you so much.
You have got me fucking riled up.
I told you were going
I
to get
almost want to cry just out of frustration.
We're not even done. Okay. And because Shackelford isn't getting his way, he's causing more havoc. He asked his attorneys to help him get the death penalty. Shackelford asked Judge Stegner to tell his defense team not to argue on his behalf. He said he is counting on a new trial and would rather take his chances than give up any new information that could be used against him at a later trial.
Okay.
Still maintaining his innocence, he said, quote, "If you want me to die, shoot me in the parking lot and get it over with.
Why don't you get it over with yourself?
But don't send me to prison for 15 years first on
fucking
taxpayers'
little baby.
money."
Baby ass bitch.
I knew you were going to be so mad about this.
I'm literally just don't keep going.
I know
I'm
you are.
listening, but I'm just like,
I know.
They cannot.
Okay. Judge said, you know, I have to know if you are legally competent. Do you realize what you're fucking saying, you idiot?
you're acting like a weirdo. The judge is like, you all right, Bob?
And Shackelford replied to the judge,
I don't know if I am. Who knows?
I love this judge. Judge Stegner said, quote, "I'm going to grant your wish, Mr. Shackelford. I still think it's necessary for the state to prove aggravating circumstances beyond a reasonable doubt. And if they are unable to do that, then I think I am unable to impose the death penalty. Basically, what's happening here is he doesn't want any mitigating circumstances. He's just like, yeah, I'm up for death. Fine. I don't want any of this testimony. I don't want any of this shit. Just give me the death penalty. I'm going to roll the dice because I know I'm going to get a new trial.
All right. Let's call your bluff, motherfucker.
Shackelford's attorney, Steve. Just Steve.
Some dude named
Mahaffey.
Steve.
I think it's Mahaffey.
Yeah.
Okay. Shackelford's attorney, Steve Mahaffey, argued that Segner's ruling would essentially guarantee that he will receive the death penalty.
Isn't that what you wanted?
His defense team is trying to protect him from himself.
They have to. I get it.
They're doing their job. The one defense attorney, I'm just, and asked,
I'm legally obligated to say that's a bad idea, even though my client's requesting it. So here I am saying, maybe don't.
he did have a team though, so maybe more than one defense attorney. His defense team is trying to protect him from himself and asked the judge to delay the sentencing so that Idaho Supreme Court could have time to review the decision. Judge said, nope.
I'm doing what your client wanted me to do. He literally is demanding it of me and said, if I'm man enough. So now I have to do it. Like,
Sentenced to death. Judge said, quote, he is one of the most savvy defendants I have ever seen. If that is the choice he wants to make, being as intelligent and savvy as he is,
I bet he loved hearing that.
that's his choice.
I'm a smart boy. Such a smart boy.
But you know what? I love the judge. Like, no, he has,
He's a cunning motherfucker.
and so guess what?
Fuck around?
Find out.
Thank you.
August, at the sentencing hearing, the families of Donna and Fred testify. Both families, of course, told how much Shackelford had taken away from them by killing their loved ones. Shackelford wanted to cross-examine the relatives. He even tried to fire his attorneys to do so.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works, you dipshit.
Shanna Avery, Donna's daughter, said her mother met Shackelford while she was teaching a paralegal class at the Missouri prison. He was in jail for sexually abusing a child. All wrapped up in a convenient sodomy charge.
Wow.
She said, quote, all of her life, she helped people. She raised people, and Dale took that away. She helped him, brought him to counselors, even though he didn't want to go. Like,
Trying to
Donna,
fix him.
yeah,
And what did you say? You can't fix these fuckers.
you can't fix
You
him.
can't fix these fuckers.
Fred's son, Chuck Palahniuk, testified that his father never wanted his children to be embarrassed by a lack of education, so he encouraged them to work towards a successful life. Quote, with Dad gone, now most of what motivated us is gone.
How terrible. And he was just caught in the crossfires of this, of just trying to build a life with Donna, and he gets murdered.
And
for it.
what an exciting time in your life when you meet a new partner that you're like, oh, this is it.
Yes, and you're building together, and you're
let's do this. Yeah.
creating your own new life, and not knowing that they've got a literal gaggle of people just obsessing over their downfall. That's what's so wild to me. Like, you're minding your own business, and there's a group of people that are just plotting against you.
Lysader's testifying.
Oh, let's hear it.
She said, quote, the first few months were good. He was charming, he was nice, and was a very good person at the time. She said soon he was beating her and having her participate in three-way sex with other women. Scandalous. Quote, I didn't want to, but you didn't tell Dale Shackelford what you didn't want to do. He told you what to do. Listen, this is tough for me. Lasater said when Shackelford pointed a gun at her, she offered a young female relative to him to prove her love.
I cannot get over how much these women were fawning over him and willing to literally embarrass and humiliate themselves. I'm so sorry. We know abusive relationships, and it is dangerous to get out. So I can give them that. But to basically put up someone as a human shield, to use a younger female relative as a human shield, that is evil shit. Like,
Is it cunt shit?
yes, you're being a cunt. Like,
Yeah.
Dani doesn't use that word as prolifically as I do. So I know when she says it that she's saying it for a reason. But yeah, that's no longer self-preservation.
Mm-mm.
That is, I'd rather you do it to someone else. Disgusting.
They took her to a bedroom, and Shackelford handed the gun to Lasater, and then he had sex with the girl. Quote, and it's all because I didn't want to die. I wish to God I would have. And a few weeks later, I did try to kill myself, but didn't succeed apparently, and now I have to live with this for the rest of my life. Go fuck yourself. I'm just...
For you to also participate in it. I mean, that's just another level of fucking bullshit. Like, you're sick as an individual to be like, not only am I gonna point, like, maybe go do this, but also help. Get the fuck out of here.
Yes. When the defense attorney asked Lasater, why didn't you just shoot him? You had the gun. She replied, quote, it wasn't free will. I did what he said to do. Nobody leaves Dale. Did you not see this man in front of you? This man. Realistic bio.
Please, to victimize a young girl that you are related to. Like most women that are in this situation, this is why you don't hear shit like this very often, because as a woman, knowing that pain and going through it, you would not wish it even on your worst enemy. But to be like, I've got to really prove my love. She didn't even say to protect herself. She said to prove her love. So you weren't doing this to avoid harm to yourself. You needed to prove something to him to be a good girl. Mind-blowing and gross. 0 out of 10 stars. You lose.
I knew this was going to have you lit up. I told you even before we started.
I am fucking frustrated.
So Miller is on the stand, back on the stand. In exchange for her testimony, in exchange for her testimony, Texas authorities promised they would not prosecute her for filing a false report there. The charge was over a supposed stolen tractor trailer. They're all into the trucking business, right? She also received immunity from 2 counties in Missouri, and I don't know what for, but
They're just passing out immunity for...
sure. Miller says she met Shackelford in January of 1998, was intimate with him, and then became a business partner in the trucking company.
Wow.
She said after the murders, the relationship became abusive. Quote, he has a magnetism that's unbelievable. He'll find your weak points and use them to his advantage. Yeah, you heard that.
Well,
Quiet.
It is apparent, though. I mean, what she's saying is true, because it's It's a very, you can see the pattern.
No.
Loser.
Shackelford asked the judge to let him play a taped conversation with the alleged young victim he sexually abused. Alleged. Anyway. His attorney did not want to use the tape.
Obviously.
Judge Stegner let him play it. You want it?
He's like, dig your own grave, please.
Yep.
Keep digging. Yes.
Let him play it as a part of a defense against Lassiter's testimony. The preteen stated on the tape that Lassiter had a gun and forced her to have sex with him, but they only faked it. So let me take you way back into the beginning of the story. Lassiter's daughter was 12. And I don't know if that was actually her or not, but the 12-year-old, like,
There's a chance.
I think it's,
Well, and whether it is or not, I mean, it makes it even more abhorrent. Like,
yes. So I just had to kind of bring you back to the beginning of the
and
story.
that is something that I've heard of before, of women doing that. Like the movie Precious.
So disgusting. After Lassiter's testimony, she is finally sentenced under the plea deal made last year. Judge Stegner sentenced her to 2 to 5 years for the accessory charge and 2 to 6 years for the perjury charge, and giving her 18 months credit for time already served. Sentences will be served concurrently. Bullshit. After her release from Idaho, she will be sent to Missouri to face charges of forcible child rape and armed criminal action.
Yes, because you're
And that fucking cunt is fucking facing life in prison in Missouri.
This is like one of the only good things I've heard so far.
Fiancée Sonia was also sentenced. This is all going on.
Fiancé.
Well, his trial's going on, and it's like a little sidebar. Like, hey, you testified? Come here. I'm going to convict you. You testified? I'm going to convict you.
Come get your rights.
Yes. So Fiancée Sonia was sentenced. Judge Stegner sentenced her to 2 to 7 years for perjury.
You get what you can get.
Against his attorney's advice, Shackelford testifies.
Let's hear it.
Okay, we're going to hear lots of quotes. Still claiming his innocence, he was not as shy about answering any questions. Quote, yeah, I manipulate people all the time.
Duh.
Thank you.
He's like a fucking Valley girl. He's like Regina George.
He also wanted to mention that he still has a bomb and that it's still set to go off.
Yeah. You still have a bomb. Okay. Thanks for the reminder.
Also, Shackelford claims Donna's still alive. Prosecutor Ekman looked bewildered. Quote, you don't think Donna's dead? His response, quote, no, I don't. When asked about the identity of the female corpse that was found, he responded, I don't know who that is, but whoever it was had a uterus.
Somebody let me visit this motherfucker.
Shackelford does believe Fred is dead, but states the other body was only identified by one tooth. That's a fire.
Dental records do not lie, bro. They have literal imaging of people's exact teeth, like over years. There's, oh my God,
He also claims $100,000 worth of jewelry is missing, along with a law school ring Donna always wore. Because you probably stole it before you lit the fire.
Pointing that out.
Oh, but Shackelford's mother has even seen Donna.
My mom had lunch with her last week.
And his alibi for the time the murder took place? He was in Lewiston, Idaho, getting a load of books from the Aryan Nations representatives to truck back to Missouri.
I was getting my white supremacy books. They can vouch for me. Mein Kampf. I was picking up a few copies for my friends in Missouri.
Shackelford said all the witnesses that testified against him were, quote, just playing cards. And that's all this is. Just a house of cards.
Okay.
He also wants to talk about the movie that he assumes is going to be made about this case. And
Where am I going to get my cut?
in his opinion, he's testifying this on. He is testifying. In his opinion, Kathy Bates should play Prosecutor Ekman. Dill McDermott and Ben Stein could play his attorneys. Miller should be played by Ernest Borgnine. Danny DeVito would be the Latah County Sheriff Crouch. And Osama bin Laden should play the other prosecutor.
What the fuck? Who is saying you have to have so much self-confidence and ego to be like, you know, if I had any say in it in the movie, this is my dream casting for the movie. As if you're being interviewed by 17 magazine. Someone were to play a movie about your life, who would be the star? How did this even come up in conversation? He's like, just before we end my testimony, I just wanted to say, for the record,
This will be
shut
made
the
into a
fuck
movie.
up.
Quote, he said, a quote, and you, Judge, would be played by Howard Stern. The judge stepped in and said, quote, are we going somewhere with this?
Get to the point. Yeah.
And his
Anyway.
response was, quote, oh, yes, we are. I offer this as a moment of levity because this is serious. They're asking you to kill me. They are asking you to take me out there and shoot me or have somebody else do it. Nobody's shooting you, motherfucker. It is lethal injection. Nobody's shooting you.
We needed a little bit of comedic release in this. Thanks for the looking out, bro. The fuck?
Oh my God.
Okay. Can I just tell you a fun fact? You ready for your fun fact?
Is it going to be fun, Dani?
It's
Is
pretty-
it actually fun?
It's pretty good, actually.
Okay, tell me.
Charles Palahniuk, Fred's son, wrote 5 novels, including The Fight Club.
You're fucking shitting my dick.
I'm not shitting your dick.
I am bamboozled at this case. Just the Fight Club?
The Brad Pitt? Yeah, that one.
Hell yeah.
So when he was talking about his dad and the education and all that stuff, like his dad was a fucking badass.
And he pushed. Wow.
Fun fact.
How have I never heard of this case? This is.
I was very proud of myself.
Dani, you've done a lot with. I don't even know how you walked me through this story because there's so many mistresses and mothers and just.
Fiancé faves. And guess what?
What?
Boom. This fucker is sentenced to 2 death sentences for the murder of Donna and Fred by Judge
Go!
The judge stated, quote, Mr. Shackelford is a prototypical psychopath. He knew what he was doing when he did it. He was also sentenced to a fixed prison term of life for the conspiracy to commit murder and 25 years for arson and conspiracy to commit arson and 5 years for preparing false evidence. Get him, motherfucker. That's good news.
And it was a fun fact. I do appreciate that.
No, it
I was
wasn't.
like, if you tell me of another fuckery, I'm going to lose it. Like, this better be fun, bitch.
It was fun.
It was fun. Thank you.
In December, in a post-conviction relief petition, Shackelford's appellate attorneys are claiming he plotted to kidnap one of his trial attorney's wives. And
Shocker.
that attorney should have reported the blackmail threat as a potential conflict of interest. True. But he did not. And they claim Shackelford received ineffective counsel because of that and deserves a new trial. Are you exhausted yet?
Well, how could we expect an attorney to give him good counsel if he's threatening to kidnap the wife?
I'd be wanting to get an extra good counsel.
If he didn't say anything about it, he's trying to ride hard for his client and be like,
I think he's like, I'm not scared of this stupid mother. You might be able to manipulate women,
"Oh, is it your anthrax bum?"
but I'm not scared of you.
Loser.
2002, December, Shackelford lost a bid to have the Latah County prosecutor charged with a crime. He asked that prosecuting attorney Ekman, aka Kathy Bates, to be charged with knowingly calling a false witness who lied on the stand during his grand jury phase. He claims Lasater told the grand jury that she had hired a hitman to kill Fred, but later said that that was a lie. Lasater claimed Shackelford had coached her in the lie. Ekman knew the story was a lie, but allowed Lasater to testify against. Who gives a fuck about this cunt? Magistrate Bill Hamlet denied this request, saying there was not enough information in the complaint to determine if criminal charges were warranted. Basically, your paperwork wasn't good enough. You manipulative motherfucker, work on the paperwork. All right, are you ready?
I don't know, Dani.
Okay. Lasater is extradited back to Missouri in March.
I do like that.
She is charged with forcible rape and armed criminal action.
Thank you.
In August, she pleads guilty to the charge and is sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Rot.
She offered the victim to Shackelford after he had taken another woman to St. Louis for an abortion. The unborn child was supposedly his, and he did it for Lasater.
And so this is what's like,
Thank you.
I have competition. I've got to show him I really love him. And this is what you do. You're a fucking psychopath. You have something fucking wrong with you. Gross ass bitch. Get out of here. Rot.
The one that Shackelford said killed everybody as part of the fire.
As a teenager.
And this is just, it just makes me sad for the Abbott's family, just because I do believe, I mean, they're stupid. But I do believe they were manipulated.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for your stupidity. Not really.
As a teenager, what are you going to do?
Yeah. But Brian Abbott's is missing. His car broke down near his home, and people saw him walk off into the dark. His body was finally found in March of 2004, close to where he'd last been seen. Just another heartache for this family. I mean, I'm not saying that they weren't involved in these choices, but just baby brother accused of doing this. And I don't think he had nothing to do with it.
I don't think he had anything to do with it.
In 2004, a former Latah County detective is charged with illegally taping witnesses in Shackelford's case. Detective Curtis Hall had Shackelford and several other witnesses fill out a statement the night of Donna and Fred's murder. They were already on him. He had a tape recorder in his pocket of his jacket. He left the house twice that night, leaving his jacket at the house with the tape recorder still on.
Okay.
You can't do that. Prosecutors.
Oh, leaving his jacket at their house.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I was like, so he left it at home.
No, he left it at their house
like
with
a wiretap.
Yeah.
Okay, poor guy.
Prosecutors said nothing on the tapes helped them convict Shackelford, but it is a felony. Hall broke the law because in Idaho, at least one of the people being recorded has to give consent, which is kind of badass, meaning I can record all my phone calls because I'm giving consent. In 2005, Judge Stegner throws out the death penalty for Shackelford. Why, class?
Constitutional fuckery.
Because only juries can hand down the death sentence, not judges.
Okay.
In 2010, the Idaho Supreme Court upholds the murder conviction. Shackelford can now be resentenced. And in 2011, the Latah County prosecutor said he will not be seeking the death penalty at the resentencing because it would require him to have a new trial to reconvict him.
You know what? And I get it because these small counties, especially, it's like We ain't got the time for that. We don't got the resources for that.
He said, we simply can't justify it.
Yeah. So rot.
Shackelford is resentenced to life in prison, which I love because it takes away so many of his appeals. Okay. In 2025, Lysander is out of prison, and according to her sex offender registry, lives in St. Louis. And Shackelford is 62 and resides at the Idaho State Correctional Center. And I'm not promoting this. This motherfucker has a blog. I don't know. He has a blog. And and he talks a lot about what's going on in prison. And it's kind of silly, but I will say one thing he did. He sued the state to get electric razors. So Creech is fucked. And he won. He said if women can have electric razors, I don't know why men can't. And Creech is like, shut the fuck up.
How am I going to get my razor?
So
I mean, how funny cross prisoner beef. Like, that motherfucker.
I thought supposed to get a slicey dicey.
Used to be all I needed was a toothbrush and a razor. And now what am I supposed to do?
Anyways, Shackelford is a manipulative piece of shit, and Lysander is a cunt. That's all I got.
End of story. Like, truly. And listen, this is just a big call out of self-reflection for everyone of you start dipping toes into this weird murder obsessive shit. Listen, Dani and I are fucking besties, and I would do a lot of things to help Dani.
Do you get rid of a couple dead body stuff?
I would for one be like, this is very out of character for you. You're a planner. So are you having struggles at home? Is there something up here? I'd be like, you're the type that would already have this planned out. Be like, could you just do XYZ for me? And then don't ask what it's about. So I would be concerned
Insert the
immediately.
TikTok. What is it? I'm gonna hurt some people, right?
Yeah. So I'd be like, oh, Dani, I feel like what's going on at home? Because you would normally have this type of thing planned out to a T. So I'm concerned.
And I wouldn't involve anybody else, for the record.
No. And so
I'm not looking to get anybody else in trouble. I will handle this myself.
yes, let's all just take this as a lesson. Mind your business. Pay attention to the things that pay you and enrich your life. That's all I've got. I feel like you guys have heard me flail mentally and emotionally too much through this episode already. So that's all I've got. I'm sorry if y'all think it's an overreaction, but god damn, I have never heard this level of fuckery.
The researching, I was just like, oh my God.
She's been telling me how excited she was for this one.
And I
for
don't
weeks.
tell stuff about these stories before I tell
And
her.
I think she always has a great story, but this one, she's like, no, you don't even understand.
You're already going to be mad.
It is ridiculous. And I'm like, yeah, sure. She was right. I almost tipped over the table.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you. Follow us. We've got a new TikTok out for you. We're trying to be entertaining for you. Let me just say, like we said, TikToking is some serious business. So follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Email us at thelethalibrary@gmail.com.
And you can find us on anywhere you listen. Steph's really good at that.
Yeah,
so
it's everywhere. And
so-
if it's not somewhere, tell me. I'll figure it out.
let us know. So, alrighty, guys. Have a good night.
Bye. 10-4, rubber ducky.
Fuck yeah.